I had never heard of the phrase get in Dutch before, and to be honest, I googled it. The definition makes sense, it means to get into trouble. Can't really find the origin, slightly concerned it might be offensive. Nevertheless, Alice Gets in Dutch is an absolutely delightful installment in the Alice comedies from Disney. I actually preferred the live action scenes rather than the animation. Not that there was anything wrong with the animation, I just found the acting from the children to be superb, and the action of the live action scenes were just brilliant. This is actually set in Alice's school. It was released in 1924, directed by Disney, and it takes place, all the live action takes place in Alice's school. The children are misbehaving, they're carrying on as school children do. Alice is caught with a balloon, and there's a very stern looking teacher there. I'm not entirely sure who plays the teacher, but she's fantastic. She gave a wonderful performance, and she makes Alice a dunce. That's what I called it growing up, where Alice was made to sit in the corner with a dunce cap on her head. If you call it something else, please let me know. I'd like to know if it's kind of a regional thing or a national term. But certainly she's put in the corner and is made to think about what she has done. And while she's there, her thoughts kind of drift off into animation land, and we see her imagining in animation, throwing things at her teachers and the books. The books are animated characters in it, and generally just rebelling against the school system. And it's a lot of fun. Right at the end, there's a very obvious jump cut when Alice is on a seat and then suddenly she's on the floor. Very, very obvious, but the rest of it is actually really well shot. So the animation sequence, first of all, is very good. It flows well. You can see how Alice has been integrated as a live-action character there. It looks pretty seamless. It's pretty decent quality for the 1920s, absolutely. And, I like the fact that she was kind of throwing things at her teacher while she was on the naughty chair in the real world. It's a lot of fun. You can imagine children sitting there as a dunce, kind of plotting their revenge. But the live action for me was brilliant. The children, they're particularly one child, the very freckly child, and I can say that because I have a lot of freckles. Not as many as I used to, I don't know what happened to them. But the particularly freckly boy has the most fantastic facial expressions and over-exaggerated acting. Because this is a silent film, you obviously have to rely on exaggerated movements, and he nailed it. He absolutely did. And Virginia Davis, who plays Alice, was also absolutely fantastic. She's brilliant. I can't imagine what the Alice comedies would have been like if they'd cast somebody else. I mean, we wouldn't have known any different, so I'm sure they would have been just as good. But Virginia Davis, for me, is Alice. She really made that character, and I really feel like we go on a proper emotional journey with her. I've seen maybe half of the Alice comedies now. I'm still working my way through the others. And it's so wonderful to follow her journey. I expect these were all filmed over a relatively short period of time, primarily because Virginia Davis doesn't seem to age in these. So I expect they were maybe like shot over a summer or something. Alice Gets in Dutch may not be my favourite. My favourite, as I say often, it's still the Halloween one and the Wild West one. But Gets in Dutch is a pretty strong contender. The animation was fun, the live action scenes were really brilliant, and I absolutely cannot fault it.